Hey, it's Mike here again, bringing you the finest in Phantom of the Opera time-traveling mystery adventure games made in 1993. Probably. Just to recap, when we left off, our confused hero, he had travelled back in time somehow after the ghost of the Phantom started wreaking havoc in the present day and threw him off a balcony. The star of our show, Christine Day, disappeared after she said she was going to get a singing lesson from the Angel of Music, who speaks to her through the walls. Yeah. Sometime later we found ourselves back in Monsieur Richard's office, panicking over what is going to happen with the performance of the opera about to take place. Fortunately for us, Christine just pops back up again. Very casual of you to drop in like this, Christine. She just shrugs off any questions about where she went to and gives us a complimentary box ticket to watch the performance tonight. Well, that's all well and good, Christine, but I get the distinct feeling you're playing games here. But hey, whatever. A free ticket is a free ticket. We go outside to the ticket booth to get our free ticket, and it turns out Christine actually left us a note.
I am in danger. Please meet me backstage after the performance tonight.
Hugs and kisses, Christine. Well, that's not good. Still though, the show must go on. Might as well sit back and kick back before shit goes down again. This is the life. You might even forget that you're 100 years out of time. But the opera doesn't go on for very long. The Phantom drops down and kidnaps Christine in front of hundreds of people. Theatre kids, always so dramatic, you know. Monsieur Richard meets us outside to discuss the game plan. He thinks they've dropped down through a trapdoor, which is a fair assumption. The audience has all been sent home, so we're free to investigate. Better get on that. I guess the first place to check would be backstage to see if the Phantom left any clue. Oh God, Chuck! Jock! Rest in peace. He died as he lived. Unremarkably. Well, we can check his body and find this key with a skull on it. Oh golly gee, I wonder who this belongs to. Then I'm not sure why you'd leave it on the body of a guy you just murdered. The Phantom may be mysterious, but I'm not sure how smart he really is. Okay, well, thank you, Chuck. Now he can get through this door and tackle the Phantom on his own home turf. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. We find ourselves in this secret area where it's clear the Phantom does his sneaking around from. Going up doesn't take us anywhere right now, so the only way forward is down. We go through the door and it brings us to the catacombs. Okay. This fucking part took me about 2 hours to get through. I don't know who designed this, but they did a great job. But they're also a bastard. If the goal was to make this as confusing as possible, then they did a great job. For a while, I just wandered around aimlessly, thinking I'd just stumble on the right way to go eventually. Easy peasy, right? Then I realized the room started repeating. Okay, not so bad so far. It's an old game. They only had so much memory. It makes sense. Then I looped back to the starting room. What? How? I didn't backtrack. I'm sure of that. Oh, but I went to this room. Again. Oh, I see. So if you hit that room, it just warps you back to the beginning. Okay, well, yeah, there's a few places that this happens. There's no real warning. Just, oh no, wrong way. Go back to the start, buddy. Didn't take me long to realize that I needed to make a map. And make a map I did. I carefully charted out a map and made sure to note down each room if it represented anything. Some of them told me a dead end was coming up. Some of them took me back to the start. A few of them meant nothing. Some of them would just loop you from the one side of the room to the other side of the room. Others would make it seem like that's what was happening. But actually you'd be making progress. It was a shit show. It's an old game, I know. They had a sadistic side to them. It just came as such a surprise because the rest of the game was so straightforward. It's like they were saving it all for this part. Anyway, eventually we come to this room. Got this long dead adventurer on the left. Poor guy. We'll just help ourselves to his sword though. Over here at this door, there's one of the puzzles that Madame Geary spoke about. Now what did she say? Something about the code being very personal to the Phantom? That could be anything. E R I K. What, that worked? You made your password to your secret base your name? Your first name? This guy's just asking for his email to get hacked. Hey, yo, Spiderweb. You walked into the wrong neighborhood, buddy. Sweet, well now that that's over we can... Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on, just a little bit more of this to get through. Okay, finally done with that. We exit the labyrinth to find this rather relaxing area, really, with 2 doors. The door on the left doesn't do much, so I guess we'll try door number 2. And that takes us to this next puzzle. Again, I don't know why the Phantom needed to go through all this trouble. I mean, he just locked the other door, that worked fine. If he had just locked both doors, we would have been out of luck and just gone home.
Well, see ya.
One more thing to make note of is that the floor in this room is slowly heating up and will eventually kill us.
Ask me what you should do.
Spirit animal, what should I do?
Don't up!
Okay, well, I mean, this is pretty easy as far as puzzles goes. Just gotta shift the blocks to make the image of a keyboard. No, that's wrong. Okay, shit. Okay, got it, cool. Almost got it.
Tempted to make a Nelly reference right about now.
Did you f*** up?
Let's try that again. Goes over there, and there we go. So from here we can attach the rope from before and this hook together, and we can make a grappling hook, Indiana Jones style. So we climb up into the Phantom's lair, and man, after that mindfuck that was the maze, I need to sit down. That's kinda rude there, chair. We can actually hear Christine through the door, but it is predictably locked. She mentions that the door is activated musically, so it stands to reason that the only musical thing in this room has something to do with it. It's at this point we need to remember what the Phantom's favorite piece of music is. Remember our good friend Chuck? He talks about this. It's his whole reason for being in the game. Gig from French Suite number 5. He's just gonna romance the door until it opens.
Nice. Look at Raoul giving it the old razzle-dazzle.
We enter to find this trippy as hell room.
Christine is locked in some kind of weird dome display case. There's skulls all around her and this totem pole with some kind of blood sack thing.
I don't even know what to say about that. Evidently, neither does Raoul, because all that is a giant red herring. So what you actually have to do is boop one of these skulls on the noggin, and hey presto, the dome opens. Christine and Raoul embrace lovingly, which is still creepy because they're not actually dating. She thinks you're her boyfriend. Christine reveals that the Phantom was actually the angel of music and spoke to her from behind her mirror in her dressing room. The Phantom convinced Christine that he was an angel sent by her father to watch over her and teach her. It's quite a romantic story. Minus the kidnapping. He put her into a trance, brought her underground, loaded her in a boat, and took her home. The Phantom has a pretty sweet deal going on down here. You know, if he wasn't a total psycho, he'd be a pretty good catch. Christine convinced him that she loves him and will marry him, and then when he was in a false sense of security, she got the jump on him and unmasked him. Obviously that served no practical purpose and only made him mad, which is how she ended up in a weird display case. I know the question that you're asking right now, and that is, what was under the mask? So I'll just let Christine explain.
He is death personified. The poor wretched creature has the face of a corpse. It is horrible.
Anyway, we don't really have time to make chit-chat, so let's get going.
Wait, I must tell you the whole story lest I forget.
Well, say what you gotta say.
He said he was going to get us some food. He should be back any minute. We must make haste. If he finds you here, he will surely kill you.
Oh, wow.
Hey, wait a second, I need to tell you something. We better get out of here. Thanks.
Can we go now? No rush, lady. No sooner do we get out the door when Monsieur Phantom comes home. Wasting no time, we whip into action. Have at thee, ye filthy rodent, ye callous crumpet.
Ye big old douche.
Oh. Oh, wow. Hey man, no one said we could use magic. Let's try that again. On guard! Raoul gets some good shots in, but then the Phantom just disappears, without so much as a puff of smoke. Rude. Still though, you gotta pick your battles, so let's get out of here. We find this boat that Christine mentioned earlier, and we just steal it. Wow, this is pretty relaxing. I'm really glad we stole this boat. So we get out the boat, climb up the ladder to box 5, and BAM! Sucker punch. And the Phantom makes off with Christine. Again, this is like some dramatic French version of Super Mario. We race up the ladder and corner the Phantom where this all started. The chandelier. Oh, you've gone and done it now, Phantom. Consider your kneecaps already broken.
Prepare to die.
We have another sword fight. In the meantime, Christine manages to escape and we end up on a tussle on the floor. Maybe the WWE should look into chandelier matches.
First, he's got us pinned. Then, we've got him pinned.
Get wrecked, Phantom. We can finally see what's under that mask. Ooh.
You fool! Now we'll both die!
What does he mean by that? Oh. Rip. But not really rip. Raoul wakes up later to find himself with these two people. And we recognize them. There's Monsieur Brie. And there's Christine Florent. So this must mean we're back in our own time. Cool. We ask about how Christine recovered from that nasty case of strangulation.
It's present day Christine, not past day Christine. Try to keep up.
But she doesn't know what we're talking about. They are equally confused when we ask about the falling chandelier. As far as these two are concerned, we had a really nasty fall, passed out, woke up, and then started talking crazy about time travel. Yeah, I'd be worried too. We need to clear our head a little bit, so we tell them to get lost. Then we have a crazy idea. Madame Geary's book! Of course. She wrote about the whole thing. I mean, that should confirm what was a dream, what wasn't a dream. Flipping to the end of the book, it's clear that the ending has changed. Where before it said that the Vicomte and Christine ran away together mysteriously. Now it says that the Vicomte and the Phantom fought on a chandelier before falling to their deaths. Raoul, that's past Raoul, not present Raoul, try to keep up. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. It ends by saying we've probably seen the last of the Phantom. He's gone forever. Or is he? So that about does it for the Return of the Phantom. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure if it would scratch the itch of serious adventure game types, but it's a fun little romp around the dramatic world. The graphics are beautiful. It's got a nice quirky humor. It doesn't take very long to beat, aside from that godforsaken catacombs maze. And you can play for free. It's abandonware at this point. I'll drop a link in the description for the site I downloaded it from. It's really good if you like old games. They made custom installers so that these old DOS games run on modern Windows with no hassle really. And yeah, check it out. That's all from me. Until next time.